Hello, dear wonderful people out there. We are Mark Romboy and
Robert Babic.
this is Marotopia 2, episode 2. Welcome, everybody.
You're welcome. Mark, tell me, how are you?
How am I? First of all, I have a question for you. Do you think it's too bright in my room? Should I make it darker?
Oh, you have full control over the light.
Should I
Show
make it
us.
darker?
Yes.
Can make it darker. Wait.
Look, my light looks like an alien movie where some monster can jump out of the dark.
Better like this?
Yeah, it's more.
Darker?
Yeah, much better. This way we it works much better.
We fit better, right?
Yeah. Then everybody knows we are a team. And welcome to everyone. Welcome. Let's bring the people in. Welcome. It's cool that we are back.
Yes, we are back. Hello, everybody. So nice that so many people are around. So who am I? How am I? Was your question. Yeah, I'm still a bit tired. I was in India last weekend making a little tour. 3 gigs in 3.5 days. And yeah, it was quite challenging.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah. Do you have some stories for us? Something?
I can show you some pictures if you want.
Yes, of course. Yes, please.
And of course, I'm prepared with showing my Instagram.
Wow!
Bada boom, bada boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first day I arrived in Delhi. And this is a picture from the Delhi Museum of Illusions. A very funny one. And here you can see that I'm almost falling down from the roof, right?
It looks like that.
Or maybe not. In my Indian promoter friend, she's holding me. All the kilos in a brave way. No, that was the first day. We went, I had a day off. I always love to arrive a little bit earlier. So I had one complete day in Delhi. And first of all, we went to the Gandhi Museum, which is a very interesting and touching, however old museum. But you can see a lot of personal stuff from him. Lots of photographies from his biography, very impressive. And then we made the fun part. We went to this Museum of Illusions, which I visited already. I visited already a sibling in Lithuania a few years back. And if you are traveling and you see a Museum of Illusions, do it. It's always fun, especially for the pictures. So this is already a party in Goa. Oh no, in Delhi.
That's a long break.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Kick drum. Yes.
Yeah, that's another picture from the museum. And I have to tell you something about this party in Delhi. I arrived and it began to rain. And usually there's no rain in Delhi in September, they told me.
Oh.
and it was raining cats and dogs, except 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the 2 hours Saturday morning when I played.
Oh.
Because this was on the terrace and it was really like a wonder because maybe I've seen it in the news. So parts of Delhi were underwater last
Mm-hmm.
weekend. And
Oh.
exactly these 2 hours, it was not raining.
You see, the audio gods were with you.
Exactly. But really, it sounds so
Perfect.
movie alike, but it was really a matter of fact. And the next day, it was so difficult to get to the airport because the streets were underwater. Yes, nice ladies, of course. This was at the airport.
Coffee.
Yeah, tea.
Tea. Ah.
Green tea, of course. That was approximately 45 minutes after I lost my iPad at the security check.
Mark,
Yes,
how do you do that?
Alzheimer.
Not yet,
And I
hopefully.
didn't know this. I just realized this when I landed in Goa. Can you believe?
Ouch.
Yeah, but India was nice. Long story short, it's a very intense country, and the people are on the dance floor are super sweet. They're really up for it. They really want it. They're really sweet. They're really kind. They're really polite, and you can see in their faces, in their eyes, that you really want to have party, and that they want to have some strong beats from us. And of course, I played Earthship, Robert. Of
That's the
course,
right way.
I need everything which was pumping.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had a traveling weekend as well. Was actually my little brother, who is just 2 years younger, but he will always be forever my little brother. He married. So I was doing a little bit of social life and family and such. And yeah. And then I had a really cool show in Cologne, my hometown,
Where?
Odonien.
Oh, that's a great place.
And actually, I can show at least one little picture. Here you see me playing, and yeah, you see my gear there, back there. In the middle is actually my son. He was with me, and he was dancing on beside me while I was playing. And in front, you see a very old, very good friend of mine as well.
Very old. How old is he? 95?
No, he looks young, but no, I mean a long-time friend. So it was
Okay.
nice to meet. Like I live quite remote here in Malta, and not meeting so many humans. I mostly live here with the cats. So yeah, it was kind of a interesting weekend. The show was great. In the end, I was completely wet, like wet. It was super hot inside. People loved, of course, the systematic release was great.
Yeah, for a reason. For a
Of
reason.
course. Earthship was really running well. And as well, my new Kelch release, as I have this new sub label called Kelch, and I had this release last week, last Friday actually, with there's always two tracks and one acid track on this. And this, every time where I play this, the club goes completely on fire. It's amazing. I like it. And there are
what
no
else?
breaks.
I mean,
No
you are a
long
pro.
breaks.
Yeah,
Just
but you
beats.
are a
Just
pro. I mean,
it works. Yeah.
what are you telling me? I have no other expectations.
So yeah, it was funny. No, I liked it. Just on Monday I was dead. On
Ah,
Tuesday I started to
ask
to be
me.
alive
Ask me.
again.
Oh my God, I was so toasted afterwards. I arrived in Zurich Monday noon, and I arrived back home. Then I had to fly from Zurich to Düsseldorf. And then I arrived back home Monday afternoon around 3.
Mhm.
And no joke, with a little break of 2 hours, I slept from 4 p.m., Monday 4 p.m. to Tuesday 9:30 a.m.
Whoa.
with a 2-hour break at night.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was, yeah,
Yeah, you were tired.
I
100%.
was kind of tired, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, of course, we still have to promote this here, our Discord page.
Uh, this page. Yeah.
So maybe Andre, our wonderful angel and assistant, can post the Discord link, the current invitation link into the comments. So this is the place where it really happens. And thanks to all of you who are active in this group. We have a new member, Julio from El Paso, Texas. Very happy
Mhm.
that we have him on board. A great guy. I met him already a few years ago in El Paso. And yeah, welcome, Julio. Great to have you on board. And yeah, of course, even greater to have more fantastic, wonderful people in our Discord
Yeah,
group.
it's free, and you can join this Discord group, and yeah, we run around
Yes,
there.
and to come back to Julio, he made already a post which I found very interesting, and
Mhm.
it's this one. He posted a podcast
Mhm.
with my dear friend Cassie. Hi, Cassie. If you listen to us, and she gave a podcast on line noise, and I haven't listened to it yet, but it's also about mental health and psychological aspects. And yeah, you can see it in the text yourself. So I think it's a very good recommendation, and this is why I love this Discord group a lot. Next Saturday I will have a show in Switzerland, and I will go by car, and for sure I will listen to this podcast.
Not bad.
What about you? Does it interest you as well?
Actually, I don't really listen to podcasts, but so many people telling me, "Hey, do you listen to podcasts?" Maybe I
Why
should.
don't you listen to podcasts? Why? Tell me.
I have no time.
Oh, bad excuse.
No, actually, you know, when I have my free time, I basically look technical YouTube videos where I try to learn technical stuff.
Oh, that's
That's
so
what I do in
boring.
my
So
free time.
boring. You know
Oh,
already everything anyway, right?
I need to know more. I need to know everything. And
Yeah, then watch the YouTube videos of Bruce Swedian. You know them?
Mhm. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a must watch.
Yeah,
Bruce
very good
Swedian,
one.
the engineer of Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and
God,
I
that
mean,
was
and I really enjoy silence, like just silence, like nothing. When you work all day on music, in your at least for me, in my free time, I even don't want anyone speaking. I just want silence. That's
I
why I love.
agree.
That's why I love cats so much. They just don't talk. That's
I
nice.
totally agree. But I have to say that sometimes in the car,
Yeah,
when you
of
are
course.
when you have
For
a
hours
long
on the road.
trip,
Yeah. Malta is
or
too
also
small
on the
to be
plane.
on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that could make sense. Maybe next time.
Yeah, and there are also maybe that's something for you. There are also podcasts by Sound on Sound. So this is
Mhm.
something which could interest you. And we are thinking about a Marotopia podcast, an audio podcast, right?
Yeah, but it's not a separate show. It's this show as a podcast.
Yeah. And we would like to know from you
So
Marotopians out there if you want this from us, or if you say, I don't know, these guys on video is already enough for us. So let us know if you want Marotopia as an audio podcast or maybe not.
maybe the people want to see us because we are very lovely freaks.
Of course. And you know why?
No.
Because you are the bigger freak because of this here.
Oh yeah. My
So tell us
post.
something about it.
Sometimes I
But
really.
first, please, sorry to interrupt you.
Mhm.
We will have an audio podcast. Think
Oh,
about it
okay.
and
You,
please read it first so that
okay.
the podcast
Yeah.
listeners can
Okay.
comprehend what we are talking about.
Of course, yeah. Mark, just for everybody who's just listening to us, Mark just opened my Facebook fan page, and I made a post, or I posted, I reposted a statement from somebody. And I knew if I will post this, people will react because that's the way how our internet culture works with a lot of canceling and everybody is offended. So it was super fun. So let me read this, and
Please, please.
you probably know what I'm talking about. Okay. We at Peace of Mind are not into melodic techno. We found that stopping the rhythm and playing overly pretentious intros in the middle of the set to be boring and interrupts the collective energy on the dance floor. It's okay to play synthesizers and psychedelic intros as long as you keep up the rhythm. Melodic techno does not. We go to nightclubs to dance. Yes. Not to stand around and film light shows with our phones. It's music for zombie K-holers and self-centric Instagrammers who don't want to mess up their makeup. You can't dance to it even if you wanted to. No rhythm, fake, overly emotional, pseudo-sentimental, boring.
Wow. And who has written this? Was it you?
No. I think a promoter group, Peace of Mind.
Mhm.
I don't know them. I found this in the internet, in the big interweb, and I thought, wonderful.
You thought
First,
I must repost this.
I need to. Yeah, of course, the text is not very friendly, right? But in my opinion, as people who know me, I I personally, and this is just me, I think too many breaks in a track are very boring. I like when when the party is there for dancing, but that's super personal. That's my thing. And if you know my music, you will probably find short breaks in my track, but not like 5 breaks in a 5 minute track, where the kick drum maybe runs for 20 seconds as a whole. Um, it was fun. I mean, I don't want to tell the people what is wrong and what is right. Right? I mean, that's everybody can do what they want, but sometimes it's not bad to say something.
Yeah.
Let me hear your opinion, Mark.
My opinion is everybody can do what he and she wants. And of course, I also wish people on the dance floor who are just into the music and just dancing, and the best situation for people like you and me performing on stage is that there's even a sign in the club which says cameras are forbidden, or filming and taking photographies are forbidden. However, I'm not in the situation to dictate anything to people what they have to do and what they don't have to do. I can just say what I prefer. And yeah, in India, for example, when I played in Mumbai, a lot of people had smartphones, and I was like, wow, a lot of people are recording here. And I was like, yeah, okay, why not? I mean, it is what it is. And when I was at the airport later, I saw so many Instagram stories. And this is also what we like, right? This is what our egos are liking. I mean, imagine you come back from a show and there's not even one resonating post. And yeah, resonating posts are most of the time made with video recordings, right? So
Yeah,
for me, everything is
these days.
fine. For me, is everything fine. So we live in the year 2022.
I
No?
mean, quite interesting because you just opened the page. I just see Strahil, our good friend, posted
Yeah, King,
his
aka
King.
King, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
King. Yeah, for the people who King, a great live performer, producer. He makes his own style. He don't care what other do. So big respect. I love this kind of persons who just do what they want, like me. I do Babbitt style. Okay, let me read this. I personally don't like the style that the person describes. Luckily, I have choice not to go to such a party. Problem solved. Well, recently I had no choice. I played a gig where the focus was on melodic techno and ethno shamanic house.
Okay, whatever this is.
Whatever it is. I did my thing with high energy and no drama. Lost the crowd, can't blame anyone. I was one of the headliners, and as such, I should be able to kill it. No matter what. Didn't felt great, but little pain is stimulating for me to become better at what I do.
Okay,
I think that's a good point, and it's somehow, Mark, this is a really great bridge to to another topic, probably about. Should we talk about this? Our
about
worst
everything you
gigs.
want. Yeah, of
Our
course. But please, before
worst.
we jump to the next topic, can you please, Maritopians out there, let us know in the comments what the hell is ethno
What
shamanic house? Really, I really mean it. I mean, I know, of course, the words, but I have no clue what this could be like. So please let us know. Send us links, descriptions, what you
um,
think this
I
style could be.
I think it's this music that is played in Mexico in parties like Tulum, with very slow. The people take a lot of ketamine, and it's like bongos and vocals, and it's
People
super
take what?
slow. Ketamine. It's a
I don't
drug.
know what you are talking about.
No, actually, I was. It's an interesting. I mean, in the 90s, people were taking like consuming ecstasy, and when the music was energetic, the people were like really whoa, 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 whoa. Now, the main what kind of substance the people take is this K thing, and there, the more energy the music has, the people don't like it. So you have to be super low profile, and then they love you. It's like
So
the opposite.
a bit like when the Beatles explored Indian music. Remember this?
No, I
In
was not born yet.
No, but you can see it in documentations. Around, I think it was around 68, 69 when they explored Indian music, and the end of the product, the end of the story was the Sergeant Pepper album, which was really psychedelic.
What was good, yeah.
Without this, Kitter mein horse. Oh my God. Okay, next topic. Yeah, but before we jump to the worst gigs, this is actually also my answer. So on Techno Station,
Yes.
our good friend Carl Cox said it's about music. Not one music style is better than the other. Not one music style is more truly than the other. The whole thing is based on respect. It's all about respect. Respect to the music, respect to the DJs, respect to the crowd on the dance floor, and respect to each other. It's all about music. Music never separates people. Thank you, Carl. On point, you nailed it. Right?
And respect yourself.
Yeah,
And don't,
this is true. Very good point. Very good point, Robert. Wonderful.
don't
Yes.
listen to music you don't like. Makes no sense.
Yeah, but he really, I can really identify myself with these words. So
That's true, yeah.
he's completely right. Nice. Yeah, worst gig ever.
Do you have a story
Robert,
on hand? I have one.
please.
Because
I have one too.
I mean,
Of course.
it's, yeah, I mean, depends on how you, what is the worst gig? I mean, it's something also that maybe people not talk about. On the social media, every time you see a DJ posting about a show, it's always super nice, super great, and blah, blah, blah. But actually, quite many gigs are not super packed. Or not every time, and it's not super great every time.
I have
But the
no
people
idea
are not,
what you're talking about.
but people are not posting because everything is super great. But let me okay. I have one show, one memory, because this is really actually a great memory. During the 90s, when techno exploded, there was this thing where even every big discotheque was trying to make a big rave. And I was booked to like a 3,000 people place in East Germany. 3,000 people place. and
Minimum for you.
I came there, of course, before the show. At that time, I was still traveling as Rob Acid with 70 kilos of instruments. And yeah, because live act, right? Setting everything up, going to the hotel, and then at, I don't know, 1 or 2, a driver picked me up, and then I was already feeling like from the driver, something is, and I came there to this big place, and then they told me inside are 3 people who paid. So a 3,000 people place with just 3 people. And I came there, and the promoter asked me, yeah, do you think you play, or should we just close or whatever? And I said, you know what? These 3 people, they paid their money to see me. I come, I just go on stage and play for them. So a super huge club with 3 people in front of me dancing to a Rob Acid hardcore show. It was kind of not very nice, but in the end, for me, it's every time when a club is not really, really like super filled up. or sometimes even close to empty. Sometimes it happens. Then I see it as a possibility to experiment, because then I know, I can do like super strange things and test things. So in the end, 20 years later, I think a few years back, a guy came to me, and he told me, Robert, I'm one of your biggest fans since a long time. And I asked him, oh, nice, thank you. Why? And he said, I was one of these three people,
Oh,
and I will never forget that you played for us. You
wow,
made
wow,
our
wow.
night great. So
Not bad.
it was not kind of the worst gig, but in the end, I think it was good.
My daughter would say now 10 karma points for you.
Okay.
So 10 karma points for Robert.
So what's yours?
Yeah, I mean everybody has maybe the one worst gig in his mind, right? And I think it was in 2007. I was booked in a club in Spain somewhere together with Florian Meindl. You know Florian
Mm-hmm.
Meindl?
Mm-hmm.
Great guy. I met him there for the first time. And I entered the club, and there were palms all over the club. Artificial palms. You know this kind of club? I mean, it looked really like in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
It was a club like this where I played.
they haven't, I'm pretty sure they haven't removed the palms since 1984. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a Sunday. The club was pretty well fulfilled. And I started my set. And all of a sudden, people came to the front of the DJ booth, made very angry faces, maybe, I don't know, 7, 8 people. And
Mm-hmm.
then they were booing at me and making this, ooh, ooh.
Ouch.
And I was
Ouch.
like, what the hell is going on here? And
Oh,
I
wow.
must admit, I felt quite uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And then Florian came to me and said, yeah, I played before you, and I had the same. So I stopped after a while. And the people kept booing and showing me the thumb down. And yeah, I finished my set. It was, of course, not the most comfortable experience. And after the show, the promoter came to me and said, sorry. It was my mistake. The people who are showing up tonight, they are into tribal house. And
Okay.
yeah, and we wanted to try out something new, which was at this time it was tech house. We called it
Mm-hmm.
tech house, not what it is nowadays, but back in the days, our style during the dark flower times was rather called tech house or techno house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the people showed up for something different. Nevertheless, it was a quite uncomfortable experience, but now I'm very grateful for this experience, and I tell you why. I think you can only enjoy and appreciate the great parties like I had it last weekend in India if you know the other side of the game and the darker side. And if you have bad parties, then you can really appreciate or even appreciate much more the great parties. And so now I'm really grateful for this. When it happened, I was pretty annoyed, of course, but nowadays I'm happy.
I mean, maybe I have one more story because just we are old men and we have so many stories inside. I have one story that is a little bit, let's say, harder. Okay, let's get harder. Okay. I don't know how many years back. Maybe 10. Not sure actually anymore. At a weekend, 2 shows in Russia. First show Friday, Krasnodar. Second show, Rostov on Don. So Krasnodar, it was a club opening, and everything was nice. Really, everything worked well. I started my set. Club was super filled. Everything was super great. 20 minutes into the set, the club was stormed by special police. They were completely black with arms in their hands and running to everyone and storming the club. And then there was one guy running with his weapon on me and shouting something on Russian. I didn't understood. I was just like, oh. I didn't knew what was going on. Then the promoter, he tried to speak to the guy, and they beat him in front of me. And then this kind of soldiers told me I need to leave as fast as possible, pack my stuff, and go. And the rest of the club had to stay there, and it was like special truck, blah blah blah. Can you imagine how this feels?
Yeah, I can, because I think everyone had this kind of experiences when he played.
Somehow I was able to get to the hotel, and then I was in my hotel room like this, like shaking completely. I didn't know what should I do. I called my agent at that time, and everybody told me, take the next plane home. This is too much, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking, fuck. And then I just said, you know what? No.
One moment, Andre, you have to put a beep on it when we do the audio podcast. Don't forget.
And then next day, we talked again. Like I was sleeping a few hours.
Sorry,
Yeah.
one question here. Look.
Yeah.
Look on the screen.
What was the reason to storm the club? Yeah, I understood later, a few weeks after. It was a new club, and another club paid a lot of money to the special police and said there are drugs in this club, just to take the club down. You know, this kind of mafia method. It was simply horrible. But next day, I just said, okay, no, I'm not flying home. No. And I came to the next city, and because we were driving by car, it was a long road, like from Krasnodar to Rostov on Don, many hours. We came there at night, straight into the club. And of course, everybody in the club knew what was happening the night before.
Oh, wow.
Everybody knew what was happening. I entered the club, and the whole club was clapping.
Oh, wow.
And shouting. And I had, like, even now when I'm thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. I cannot show you. It was intense. And then it was one of the best shows I had in that year. The people were constantly just freaking out and super thankful that I was not running away and just doing this show. Yeah, I have more stories, but that's enough.
No, but here's the next question. Have either of you ever missed a gig at the last minute because the flight was delayed or cancelled?
No. Me, no. In all these 32 years that I'm playing, I missed 2 shows in total, and that's only because I was sick in the hotel room because I ate something wrong and couldn't leave the toilet. because I was shitting and throwing up like crazy, and I simply couldn't leave the room at all. In 32 years, 2 gigs.
I had one case. I remember one case where I was about to fly to Portugal, to Porto, in the late evening, and then Lufthansa. It was Lufthansa.
Cancelled.
Cancelled, or I don't know. I think they canceled the flight. Yeah, and then there was no chance to fly anymore. But I think it was actually the first time. Nevertheless, it's a very good question because it expresses a bit our touring life. And believe me, one thing, Stuart, sometimes it's very close to be cancelled because sometimes you can't catch a plane. I remember one time I was in Colombia and I was flying from Asunción, Paraguay, via Bogota to Medellin in Colombia. And there was a layover of 1.5 hours. And I arrived very late. And I thought I wouldn't make it. I had maybe 25 minutes to jump from one terminal to the other, and I ran like a marathon runner.
Oh, I know this kind of moments
And
very well.
I remember that for what reason ever, I reached the plane as the last person. And I remember that I called my wife from the plane and said, I never want to tour anymore in my life. This is too stressy for me. I mean, 6 hours later, I was standing in the club in Medellin in Colombia, and it was simply amazing. Salon Amador in Medellin. Hello, you are great, guys. And everything was blown away. All the doubts were blown away. But in the second, when it happened, I really said to her, I want to stop. I don't want to have this stress anymore. And yeah, 6 hours later, with the great party, everything was blown away. And I think Robert, you can comprehend this, right?
Completely. It's part of our job. This completely ups where you feel like you are in heaven, and the moments where you think nothing works. You hate it. It's horrible. It's shit. And that's maybe why we love it so much. I don't know. A lot of emotions. Not This job is not about being a superstar and everything is super nice all the time. Not at all. Really. You have to fight and work super hard to have this a few hours on the stage, and that's worth all the stress.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that almost no experienced artist thinks that he's a superstar. So, because when you're experienced, you actually can't think this because it's it's a lot of stress on the one hand, but also a lot of fun on the other hand, and maybe it's the mixture which really makes this special aspect. So Gaia
See,
Data is saying, I think Monica Kruse started the recent debate about DJs and so-called DJs, Insta fame and music production not being in the focus of clubs, rave festivals, promoters. What is your opinion about that? And how can this be changed for the better? It's funny that you mentioned this, Gaia, because we talked about it before.
yes.
And it's maybe a topic for another show, right?
Maybe a good idea.
Yeah. Stuart is asking, before we finally listen to some music.
Yeah, we need to listen
Robert,
to your demos.
have you had any equipment go missing on flight?
Yes, yes, and yes. And that's a reason why I always have like the most important gear as hand luggage and some other gear that I need, but it's not 100% like yeah. The thing is, so many times the baggage didn't arrive, and it arrived next day when I already leave the hotel. So I just could pick up the bag and bring it back to the airport. This happens.
At least.
I mean, have you seen, I don't know, on Twitter, Sebastian Leger said how his modular system was gone for 3 months.
Oh, wow,
Lost.
really?
It was lost
No.
for 3 months. And
Wow.
he even had an AirTag inside.
Mm.
And he could see how the bag was flying strange routes.
Wow.
And only because he had his AirTag in this case, he was able to get it back. And
Wow.
it was his modular system. So, modular is expensive. And you cannot just replace it with a Moog synthesizer because a Moog cannot play these cool sounds. So,
No, I haven't seen it.
yeah.
By the way, we are talking to Seb about joining our show. Actually, we wanted to have him in June, but then he was.
Yeah, let's get him into the show.
Yeah, we are working on it.
He can talk about his experience.
We're working on a few nice guests. Okay, enough is enough, because one wrote already, when are you finally playing music? So we are talking and talking and talking.
We are a talk show.
But it's fun, no?
Yeah. No, but of course the people are waiting for their demo tracks to be grilled by us, as we are the Grill Master. This is Grill Master Robert and Grill Master Mark.
So true.
Please give us your music. So, okay, you are putting the first track in. Yeah, as soon as you play, press play. Everyone.
Whoops.
He wrote that the track was not ready yet, and it stops.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Have I ever mentioned that I really hate this? Really, when it's like pulling somebody out of the bubble. Please, next time a fade out at least. It's always like the dream is over, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of hardcore.
It's for me, it's really tough.
Should we invite Nathan, for a moment into our chat, or I mean, we can.
Don't worry, Nathan. All good. All
Okay.
good. I survived it. So Nathan is writing, yes, I know, I'm so sorry. So Nathan, do you want to join us? Yes or no? Otherwise, we
Yeah,
just
if he is on our Discord, right? Yes, sure. Okay, where is he? Because we need to send him. Okay, one moment. I create a link. Can you please send me a message on Discord, a private message, and I sent you the invite link.
look on the private chat.
So many people. We
My
are
name
really.
there is Jono N.
I think he wrote me. Yeah, he wrote me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. One moment. So please just yeah. He got the link from me, so he should be able to join us. Wow, our community is big. So
yeah, it's going. Yes.
Let him.
And in the meanwhile, we see him when he arrives. So in the meanwhile, you first.
If you want, you can. I mean, the first thing is, I think the people recognized our super cool assistant Andre was able to show us how to do the sound the right way. Yes. So now we can play the demos in the right quality. And that's super cool.
Let there be light.
And there's our guest. There is our
Hello,
guest.
Guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh,
Can
you look
you
like
Elvis. Well,
that was Elvis-like.
Yes.
Good.
Hey, introduce yourself. Who are you and how are you?
Well, there's a lot of things going on. I think I can hear myself. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe you just switch the YouTube video off, or just make it. And then you just have us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you, Rob. Well, my name is Jonathan. I'm a dude from Sweden who has been listening to electronic music forever, of course, and also producing since '97, I think. But then I had like a big break for 10 years, and I've been back now for like 2 years, 2.5, something like that. And also, this was the time when I discovered Rob and Mark. I had no idea you guys existed before. So yeah, I'm so sorry.
Can we kick him out, please?
There's so many people, making music these days. So
of course.
I was quite surprised when I found you guys. So, well, yeah, that's why I'm here. And yeah, it's an honor having my track on your show, of course.
So where in Sweden are you from?
Uppsala, which is close to Stockholm.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. I stayed there in a hotel. I made a Sweden tour exactly 3 years ago. I went up to the polar circle from my hometown via Malmö, Uppsala,
cool.
and so on and so on. And I ended up in the ice hotel. You know the ice hotel?
Yes. Very inspiring, I guess.
Yeah, it's
made
cold.
a few tracks
Very
there.
cold. Yeah, maybe next time.
You sleep on the ice, so yeah. Cool.
I slept on the ice. Yeah. Cool. And what is your profession, by the way? I always want to know the profession. What you are doing.
I'm between jobs. No, I'm kidding. I'm a nurse.
Like my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I do during the days, and making music during the nights or the evenings. Yeah, I've
Cool.
got 3 kids, so there's not that much time, but it's still manageable when they sleep, of course.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
that's your kind of meditation and relaxation when you
Yeah.
make music.
Totally.
But from what I heard, you are not a total beginner, right? I mean,
Thank you.
that's what I heard was not a beginner.
No, I shouldn't
track.
call myself a beginner. No, that's right. I've been
Yeah.
doing this for some time,
Mhm.
but yeah. But it's just like the recent 2 years I've been upping my game, trying to get the quality, somewhere close to professional, I guess. But it's a lot of work. But
Always.
yeah, that's what I've been working against, and so thank you for digging my track.
Okay, but now to the grill part.
Yeah,
So
of course.
let's talk about the track. First of all, I have a little wish. I would love to listen to the track again in a few weeks, but arranged completely,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was not a joke. It's for me, it's really tough if a track stops all of a sudden, or if somebody plays me a track and then he just pushes the stop button and says, "And how do you like it?" So I wanna read the entire book. I wanna see the entire
Well,
movie and not only a part of the movie. So
yeah.
the only thing I can say is you can hear that you were experienced. It's really groovy. It has a nice atmosphere. The 303 line is very funky, well programmed, and but I don't know the entire story. And from what I have heard, it's maybe an A&R wording now what I'm saying, but I'm missing a bit the special touch, the unique aspect, the unique level of the track. That's something I'm missing a little bit.
Okay. So more magic, okay, in an arrangement.
More
Actually,
magic, yeah. For example, I mean, we discussed this topic already in the first season, how to create magic, and we can
Yeah.
again talk about it maybe in one of the next episodes. There are ways to do it for everyone, but I'm missing this a little bit. The certain special kiss in the track.
Can I ask a question fast?
Of course, yeah.
Just a fast response if you can. But how do you miss the magic? I mean, what do you think the magic would be? Is it about the mix, the master, or the arrangement, or the sound selection, maybe, or
Everything is
for
possible.
you?
No. This is everything is possible. This is you're asking a technical question, so you want to know a recipe, but there is no recipe. So I try to tell it in a very short way, and then we can maybe in a
Okay,
next
yeah,
episode talk about it once again. So you need
of
to
course.
create something very special, and my recommendation is to make a session and to record the session. So just play the instrumental and then take a synthesizer and play with it and don't think too much and record it.
Oh
Record it
yeah.
for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, or sing, or play with effects, or do everything together. So I most of the time generate the certain magical thing when I don't think anymore. And don't believe that I'm always on a special level when I make music. I also need to discipline myself to reach this level, and the best way to reach this level is to make a session and just to record it and just to think and don't think too much about it. And in my seminars, I always say, be a child. So you must reach the level where you are a child, because a child doesn't think in a rational way. A child is just doing it, and this is the best state of mind in order to reach something special. I'm 100% sure. Take Dark Flower from Robert. I'm 100% sure he was a
Okay.
child when he played this melody. And this is something which is, of course, sometimes difficult to reach, because we are all in our lives, which is sometimes serious and all this stuff. But yeah, when you reach this level, you have a very, very high chance to create something magical.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mark.
Then, okay, now I have to be a little bit critical. When for me, a good sign that a track really worked in a good way is if I can remember the track after the track is gone. What do I remember? And to be honest, on your track, I just remember what I don't liked. It was this backspin of the kick drum. It was killing the groove so much that I really liked the whole atmosphere, that the sounds. That's why I asked you if you are not a beginner, because everything was nice. Just this rhythm section didn't work out. In my personal opinion, I think you simply killed the rhythm all the time. Like it was like, but that's just for me personally.
Okay.
Right. And on a good track, the track itself somehow has elements that I still can hear after the track is gone. That's
But
how
now you
I
can't
know.
hear anything.
And now I don't hear anything. I just hear whoop, whoop. And
Yeah,
that's
but
sad.
well,
That's sad.
it's not a defense of anything, but it's only mixed in these. I don't have a professional studio, so maybe I need to send it to someone. But that's another topic, and yeah, I know I have options.
But
Cool.
but the mixdown was
anyway.
actually quite nice.
Okay, cool.
I would say it's just the arrangement I had my problems with, I think, or this backspin on the kick drum. But it's personal. I don't know. There's you killed. I don't know the people outside what was hearing the same, but somehow the groove was running, and then was this, and then the groove was running, and then some. I don't know why.
Okay, well, I'll take that to heart, of course, and I'll see what I'll try it on different systems and see what that might be about. Just because I don't really understand what you're talking about there. I need to reflect and consider.
Okay. Maybe it was not a kick drum reverse thing, but something was killing the groove from something.
Yeah, but that's cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much for.
I was on the show.
Track. Yes.
Yeah.
And we wish you great luck, and please be a good member of our community.
Of course. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the positive feedback and also the things to think about. I'll appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And one last thing before you leave us, the most important thing besides being a child is knowing the style and feeling the style. And this is something you have. I mean, the best thing I can give you for tonight is you feel electronic music and you understand electronic music. And the rest is, of course, hard work to achieve more steps. And I mean, you said it yourself in the very beginning of our conversation. There are so many DJs around. I haven't known you before. This is exactly the same with music. I mean, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but I once heard that on Beatport, they upload up to 20,000 tracks a week. And this was a few years ago when I heard this.
Now I mean, it's way more.
Yeah, and I mean, imagine this. Who can consume all this music? So, yeah. So that's the point. And I 100% believe in the theory that if you feel the music, if you work hard, and if you are able to be a child in the studio, you have a very, very high chance to stand out with your music, you release. I mean, believe me, it's not only about connections and good luck and fortune. Good music is always, or outstanding music which touches, will always find its way.
But maybe you simply just need a panda bear like me in the studio.
I have a lot of stuff, toys and Legos and shit.
Okay, that's the right way. Everywhere. Now we are talking. That's the right way.
My studio is also in the same room as where the kids play, so there's a lot of funny things.
I mean, come on, that is the perfect situation. Be a child. I mean,
I'm too old. That's
you
my
couldn't
thing.
have a better room. The inspiration is in front of you. Amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank
All
you.
the
I won't
best
take
for
your
you.
time more.
All the best.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you and good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, he
No,
has every-
music was
he
nice.
has
I just
everything in
had
the
my
room.
problem with the kick drum or whatever. But yeah, it was nice. Definitely. Okay, let's
Everything is there.
jump into the next one. I would say, if the next one is ready.
Yeah, by the way, Andre wrote us that the next fellow is not online, so we can talk about it without him.
Okay, but Mark, can I start? Because the track could be really nice, but this is an example of a kick drum that is really wrong. Okay, and let me explain. If you listen to the track, you hear the transient, the attack is right on time, but the kick drum was kind of long, and the energy part of the kick drum came way after the beat. So the whole beat is really struggling to roll because the kick drum has like a wrong. It's simply wrong. But again, it's just my personal thing, right? It's so basically my advice would be change the kick drum or try to make the kick drum more more compact, that the energy part, the heavy part of the kick drum is not coming so late into the groove and really destroying the groove. I was kind of I had my problems with this because the rest was kind of okay and groovy and everything was modulating. I think if the kick drum would really sit in the groove, the track would be kind of really working. Now, Mark, it's your turn. You are muted, I think. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for sending us and showing us this track. I cannot say it often enough. I have a lot of respect to everyone who has the courage to show his music. And I mean, I also
Johannes is online. Should we bring him in? Ask him if he is. But
if he wants.
Yeah, and then you can tell him directly what.
Okay. If you want.
Johannes, do you want to come in? Are you part of our Discord? Or should we just talk? I can. Okay, are you in our Discord server? Can you write me and I send you the invite, and Mark will give you face to face his words because I already grilled you. So yes, I am. Okay, show me, please write me. I am on, write me a private message and I can send you the invite. Okay, let's wait.
He's on Discord.
Yeah, where? Okay, cool. Yeah, there's coming. Da bin ich. Oh, seems to be German. Let's get him in.
Open Sesame.
Oh, it seems we already had him once. Oh, no? Yeah. Really? Okay, let's see. Hannes, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Johannes Gemür. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I'm hearing a double and triple. Okay, now I fixed it. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Very fantastic. Hi. Kannst du auch Deutsch reden? Well, I'd rather not for everyone.
Yeah, we have international people here.
Exactly.
Yes.
They don't understand.
I'm Johannes Gemür. I've been doing electronic music in the past quite a lot, and I had a long break for different reasons. I don't know, just didn't feel it or whatever. And since start of this year, basically, I'm getting much more back into it. And this is one of the latest tracks I made. Somebody asked about the sample. It's actually from the Orbit 19 rack synthesizer. I don't know the full name. and it's taken from the YouTube video of Bad Gear. I think most people know Bad Gear
Yes.
for being the best accent ever on a show.
True.
Yeah. So
And yeah, tell us something about yourself. What's your profession, and what are you doing all day long?
Oh well, all day long I'm just sitting in my chair and I'm designing for exactly. I'm online and doing nothing useful. I'm designing for an online startup, and yeah, in my spare time I've lots of hobbies, and probably also one of the reasons why I didn't make too much music in the last few years. But yeah, and well, what else? Right now I'm in the Netherlands, and I just came in a little bit late because we were at a bar, but I live in Hamburg.
Oh, there's no excuse for coming too late.
Yeah.
So, last time.
All right, sorry.
Okay, Robert, do you want to follow up to your words now that he's
No,
online
I
with
think,
us?
yeah, I think he heard my critic, right? Can
I heard
you
it.
relate to this? What I
It's
said?
very interesting what you said, because I was this is a layered kick, obviously. It's a 707, I think, combined with a kick I made myself in with the Korg Mini Loc. And I'll take the bottom part from the Mini Loc, and I think for me it felt very punchy and strong, but it makes sense that the energy part is too late. Like I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the heavy part is heavy. That's why
Yes.
I call it heavy part, but it comes too late to the groove.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure it out.
I could bet that it has to do with the acoustics in your room.
Oh yeah, possibly. Also the acoustics under these. Your previous guests also only more or less only monitored on these. And I sent in, I think, like 3 demos or something. One of the demos I actually mixed down in a rental studio. And I think the mix is much tighter. I think it's much better. And I will go there again and try to mix down different tracks. But I think something like this comes from experience. I think I would never hear what you said, Robert, about the energy, where it should sit or something. And I just might feel that maybe it's not grooving right, maybe it's not has the right punch or something. So it's very useful. Yeah, I wrote it down immediately when I said.
Okay.
But have a look on the acoustics of your room. I mean, I cannot say this often enough. It's not the gear which matters. First of all, it's really the room which matters, because otherwise, you have no impression of what you are actually doing, and you have no impression about the actual result. And it's very important to have a treated room. More important than anything else. Even more important than the speakers.
If I understood right, he's making music on headphones only, right?
Well, not exclusively. Like I'm trying to just listen on random stuff, and then when I go in and mix properly, I'm trying to use a studio environment which has a treated room and stuff. But it's these rental studios. The only one I have access on up to now is it's not that great anyway, and so I've gotten pretty good at mixing on the headphones for most stuff. But I just got the synthesizer, so it's also a big thing, and you can hear the pad sound, the LFO part. I performed live, and it's just took one in one go, and just tried to feel the energy and make it like this. But it's very intense having other people listen to it, and especially people that you've listened to for quite some time. I think I discovered this direction. Robert, when you gave your Electronic Beats Tech Talk, when it was on DVD still. And
2007, I think.
Yeah, something like this. And I listened to Sin, and I was like, damn, this, like, it's so energetic and so powerful. And it was very inspiring. And I've got other music that also like tries to do the same, like with atmosphere and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's very intense.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah, okay. Then the grill action from my side. I could almost copy paste my words from the first track to you. I also have the impression that you pretty much know what you are doing style-wise, and that you understand the music and love the music and feel how it goes, which is really good because this is actually the basic element you need in order to make electronic music in a good way. And yeah, the other thing is that I'm again missing something special. It sounds to me like a 90s chilled, groovy house track, which is good, rock solid, but something special which kicks me, which moves me, which touches me is missing in my ears. So and once again, it could be singing, it could be a synth, a special sequence, a special arpeggio, drum action, effect action, or all together. And once again, I can highly recommend to do recording sessions over the instrumental which you have, because in this moment you stop thinking, and then I explained it already in other episodes of our show. What I do is I do the sessions, I record them based on a loop, on an 8-bar loop, and sometimes I put the recording away for even 1-2 years. And now comes the psychological clue of the story. When you listen to your sessions 1 or 2 years later, it can also be 2 months, for example. It's a bit like going into the record store and listening to records of others, because you have the distance to what you've done. And most of the time, I even don't remember what I have done. And then you have the objectivity. It's not subjectivity anymore, because when you do it, it's subjectivity. You have objectivity, and then you can decide, oh, wow, here, between minute 4:20 and 4:50, this arpeggio, oh my God, what have I done there? Let's put it inside the track, and then the likeliness that you have something magical and touching is much, much higher.
Yeah, makes sense, especially because what you said, when you've got the subjectivity or the objectivity going on, and as you just guys listened to it, and I sat here nervously, I also felt like, oh, maybe I overused the sample here a little bit, or maybe I should change the pattern here a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah,
and
play
not,
with it. Put
yeah.
an effect on it. Buy maybe an outboard effect and play with it. To add something special to it.
Mhm.
And this is something everyone can do with courage, with just jamming.
Yeah,
It's
especially jamming. I need to train jamming. That's something I'm not very good at.
But I have a tip. I call this technique a toilet test, and that's because I work very fast, and I make my track in one day, almost every track that I do.
I'm the
But
opposite.
we are like the opposite. He needs
Yes.
months or
Yeah,
years.
really.
I need like 5, 6, 7 hours, and then I'm done. But what I do to change the perspective, because it's important, because you are sitting here completely in focus, and automation and parameters and blah blah blah, and you are almost blind because so much information. And the toilet test is play the track, go to the next room, sit down on the toilet or somewhere else, and listen to the track from far away. That way, all your little details that you worked on for a long time are gone. You just hear the basic structure of the track because it's far away. And this can help you to feel if the track is really still attractive to you. That helps. Like it's the feeling of being on a festival and there's a stage far away and you hear something and you think, oh fuck, I need to go there. This is nice. You know. Beep.
Andre,
Yeah, that's the toilet.
write down the location where we need another beep.
I will. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to take up any more time with all the other people who sent in demos.
Yeah,
they probably have a lot of them to listen to.
We only have time for one more track. Andrew is already writing that we're running out of time, so I think we have to make part 2 anyway. And of course, we want to take some time. But once again, it's only 2 opinions. And the most important thing is that you like it yourself, really.
Yep.
I mean, we are in the business for a long time. We can give you some advice, but that's all secondary. Primary is that you love what you do.
Yeah.
And this is actually it's all what counts. The rest comes automatically.
Yeah, and since I have no pressure money-wise, I can just do it for myself. If
Perfect.
I feel like,
Yeah.
Right, exactly. All right,
No.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
big
you.
pleasure. All the best for you. And are you on our in our Discord? group?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's a member. Perfect.
Wonderful.
See you.
All the best
See you. Bye-bye.
to Netherlands. Okay, we have one more, and then we have we need to make a part 2.
Mhm.
So I think we should play the track, and in the meanwhile, we can also arrange to invite the Marotopian.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think
we
the
are not
next
losing
track,
time.
if I see it right, is Natalia Data.
Yeah, and
And I
she's
think
live on
she
the
is-
Discord channel. Yeah.
She is online. And where is my link? So just play the track, and I will invite her.
Okay.
That was energy. That was energy. Natalia, where are you? It seems she have some technical problems. I'm not sure if she's able to join. She's trying.
Is she?
Mm-hmm. You can use your mobile phone, and then the mobile phone will use the camera and the microphone. It's you simply click on the link. If your computer don't have a camera, yeah, just click on the link. Would be nice to have you on our show. But Mark,
And
you are first.
finally a lady. Finally
Yes.
a lady. I would love to have her online before I start.
Me too.
Maybe in the meanwhile, there was one comment asking for Marotopia cups. So maybe it's time for some advertisement.
And Marotopia t-shirts.
Yeah.
And we have cups and sticker.
This
Actually,
is
the
so
sticker
true.
are falling off from my cases
Already.
already.
So
But
bad quality. Yeah, I think it's without Natalia before we wait another 5 hours.
yeah,
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
If she can join, please join. Try it as long we are talking.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, Mark, you are first.
Yeah, my heart is fulfilled with joy and delightness. Yeah, Natalia, where are you? Exactly, Max. Yeah, my heart is fulfilled with joy and delightness because I'm sorry I failed. Why? What happened?
Yeah, maybe I don't know, technical. I mean, you need a laptop with a camera, right? Or you need a phone because you need something
Mouse.
with a yeah.
Yeah,
Just
next time.
on
Next
a
time. All good. We
computer, it's
invite you
difficult.
next time.
Mhm.
I mean, that's maybe the best. But as you can see, this show is live. Okay, so my heart is fulfilled with a lot of joy because hashtag be like a child. And yeah, you fulfilled this. So this track is full of ideas, of joy, of fun, of love to the music. It's not that well produced, but hey, so what? It doesn't matter. First of all, it's about passion and about putting great ideas into the music. There are maybe a bit too many good ideas inside this track. I saw also the comments. The flow is missing a little bit. You have a few stops which are probably not so suitable on the dance floor, and maybe you can create some workarounds because the ideas of the stops are great, but I think it's a clever idea to keep the groove and the kick drum rolling. It's breaks are forbidden, according to Robert. Even small breaks. No, but I like the track, and I think it's really worth it to continue with it and to make it even better because the ideas are cool, the vocal sample is cool, the way you played the vocal sample is nice, and maybe you can even make 2 tracks out of this one track with all these ideas. Robert?
As she said, this was a remix, and the original seems to be a psy trance, right? I'm not sure. And so this is coming from the Psytrance universe, and she nailed it and tried to break out of this. Yeah, like I said, maybe a little bit too many breaks, but that's for my own thing. And for the production, actually, I liked it. It was very powerful, straightforward, and here you could hear the kick was perfectly sitting well in the groove. Yeah, when you remember the track before where the kick came too late, here it was like really smashing, very nice. I personally was missing a kind of 3D space in the mixdown. Everything was one dimensional in a way. Everything it was moving a lot, but only in one dimension. You could not hear sounds coming from the back to the foreground and moving around, because in that genre you can be very trippy, and I missed that a little bit. But overall, I think our people really liked it, enjoyed it. I hope even somebody just danced to it, because yeah, it was nice. And super sad that she cannot join us. Maybe next time, as she is on the Discord as well, and I liked it.
Yeah, I can just agree. And Natalia, you can also write us in the comments. I mean, even if you are not online, you can write us in the comments what you think and where you are from and what you are doing. What is your profession? What are you doing every day? This is something which is always interesting us. And thank God we have a lady in this show. So Lady Power is missing for sure. So yeah, maybe we find also Marotopians in our Discord group who want to remix your track. That's also a
But
possibility.
the problem is this is a remix.
Yeah,
of
but
a
why
track.
not? But why not a
Why?
remix of a remix?
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
Age of Love, how big it is nowadays. After the remix of the remix of the remix of the remix.
She's saying she's a teacher.
Ah, nice. And where are you from? Remix of a remix, yes.
So let's see, where is she from?
She is from Earth. She's an Earth citizen for sure.
Planet Earth.
Remix. Yeah, but that's something for our Discord group. So maybe other Marotopians are interested in jumping on this track, and of course, you are as also interested in having your tracks remixed. So let's see. Yeah, maybe she's an alien. Yeah, who knows? All right. Yeah, this is it for tonight. Thanks for joining us. And I think the next episode of Marotopia will be with a demo track check as well. We will inform you very soon when the next episode will happen. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, Robert, right?
Yeah. It the time was simply running, right? Yeah. Cool. I enjoyed it. It was nice.
And you know what? I have a great idea how we finish the show because I have prepared something.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. But this.
I know. I will switch it. Don't worry. Yeah. Thanks so much, dear Marotopians. We see each other on Discord. Stay healthy, stay happy, and love electronic music and live your passions. Thanks so
That's
much
the way.
and goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. We love you. We love you.